Hi. Welcome to a very special episode of the Adam Friedland Show. As many of you know, we pride ourselves on being the last bastion of free speech in American politics today, kind of like a modern-day Algonquin roundtable. On the 26th of November, I had a discussion with the prominent political thinker Stephen Bunnell, aka Destiny. I invited Mr. Bunnell on our program because there's been a clamoring for a Joe Rogan of the liberal movement. Both of our names have been mentioned as potential candidates for such an honor, and there can only be one. And as you'll come to see, the answer is me. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is a prominent streamer. He's amassed over 1 million subscribers across platforms. Everyone, please welcome Destiny. How are you?
I'm good.
Let's talk. Okay, so you don't have to. Okay, let's talk about so your prep process before this. So you did a deep dive. Mm-hmm. So what's your conclusion? You think pretty good?
You're
a big fan though?
For you guys?
Not you got no me.
I give you like a 50-50.
But like you think pretty fire, no? The interviews?
Yeah, I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, you like the one with Jadakiss?
Fuck man, I didn't watch that many. I watched 2. I watched the Cuomo one, and I watched the Finkelstein one.
I thought you do hours and hours of documents and research.
No, I just read Wikipedia, and if it's not full hosted there, I don't watch it. So
I'm actually on the Wikipedia for the hospital that I was born at.
Oh my god,
as a prominent birth, St.
That's
John's Hospital.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Where's that at?
Underneath Mariska Hargitay.
Okay.
From Law and Order.
Damn.
She looked good. No, a little bit. No.
I don't remember that show.
You don't watch shows?
No.
Okay.
I watch anime, play video games.
So
if you have anime or video game questions, I'm the guy. Okay.
I don't know anything.
But pop culture. The awkward part is like Cuomo and you were like making jokes and my whole chat is like laughing because it's like pop culture.
You watch it with them?
Yeah, with them. I stole all your content.
Best friend.
And I have to like laugh with them, but I have no idea like what the jokes are.
Did you watch it like at 4 times speed? I tried watching some of the videos, but I kind of like, I had a semi-panic attack. The aesthetics of a stream, like there's 2 chats going on the side, and you're like tiny. You watch videos like at 7x. It's chaos. For someone that doesn't have familiarity with it, it made me feel old. And I kind of realized at a certain point, I was like, it's probably better if I like don't really do any preparation so I could like in a natural way. No, I mean, don't laugh at me. You're on his side already? Okay. No, so if in a natural way I could like figure out like who you are and what you do, you know?
Okay.
In a way that's not contrived where I have gotchas and zingers.
The abbreviated version is I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska.
Did you do forensics? Debate?
No. Is that the same thing?
It is the same thing. It's like
forensics and debate.
It's not like dead bodies at crime scenes, but I was in it, but I was quite bad actually.
Oh, okay.
I did Lincoln Douglas debate.
That's like a format, isn't it?
It's a format. Yeah.
You're like more of a pro debater than I am.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I've never done formal.
I went to nationals though.
Oh my god,
nationals.
Twice.
But I went in speech because I was like a razzle dazzle man. But like in debate, I got too emotional. I thought it was like a movie. Okay. I thought I had to give like a Atticus Finch kind of. But I have very like limited critical thinking skills, so people would be like, you're gay.
Okay.
What was your first like debate? It was against a YouTuber, John Tron.
No, but I mean that was probably my first like really big one.
That was like a come up moment for you?
It was like a big bump moment, yeah. But my whole career's been like pretty steady. Like I haven't had like big explosions, but the John Tron debate was definitely like a exclamation mark, I guess.
What was the nature of that debate?
Basically, as gamers and everybody was becoming like more political, I noticed that like John Tron was kind of tweeting some just like weird things. I usually give people a lot of benefit of the doubt, but like I see John Tron tweeting things like the Japanese are all Japanese, so why can't like Americans be all American or whatever? And I'm just like seeing things like this. I'm like, I don't know. So I start listening to, do you know who Sargon of Akkad is?
He's one of the guys you've debated.
Yeah. But I'm starting to listen to a conversation between him and John Tron, and I'm like, holy shit, he's like programming.
Does he wear a cape? It sounds like he wears a cape.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. You've debated Fedmeister.
Fedmeister. I don't think we ever debated, but he's a guy.
Esports Batman.
That's like, these are people in my community, yeah. Where are you getting these names from?
Ice Poseidon.
Oh my god, I feel like
all the stars are here. Pisco. Naked Ape.
Norm Macdonald reference, I got it.
Ape?
Yeah, crazy people online,
Who's Naked Ape? He's a crazy guy. Actual Jake. But you've also
I don't know who a lot of these people are. Like I've heard of these.
I'm pretty sure you debated actual.
Like these are like people I've tweeted at.
Bob
before, maybe.
Seven.
Yeah, that's a guy. Yeah.
Dick Masterson. Is that his Christian name?
I'm not sure.
It sounds like a porn star.
It does actually.
Yeah.
It looks like one a little bit.
70s style porn star. Yeah. Mustache. Yeah.
He has one, yeah.
Yeah.
Or he did.
Like a fucking hammer on him too. And it looks like your dad is fucking someone.
I don't think my dad looked like a 70s porn star, but
Have you watched like in those, you know,
I watched a lot of 70s porn now.
you only watch contemporary.
Yeah.
But you've also like debated with like conservatives like Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next. So you grew up in Omaha, Nebraska.
I hated school. I was a really bad student.
You're bad at school, but
I
you're
was a bad
just
student.
naturally smart.
I don't know if I'd say I'm naturally smart.
You're pretty smart at like.
I'm decently smart. I'm probably a bit smarter than average, but I can sit in front of a computer and for 8 hours a day, like learn stuff and then argue about it with people, which is like the best way to reinforce what you learn. So
I mean, you made a lot of money from arguing it.
I'm really
right?
good at it. Okay, sure.
You're really good. What's your record?
Undefeated.
Never catching an L.
Absolutely never.
Is there a time where you're like, I got blown out on points on that one?
Anytime it happened, it was intentional.
That's such a nerd thing. That's such like I'm punching
Well,
myself. I'm punching myself.
Yeah,
You
and
didn't
then my
lose
cheek
on
gets
purpose.
stronger, and then the next guy that punches me is like, fuck.
No one punches themselves so your cheek gets stronger.
Why not? You don't know that?
No, you avoid conflict at all. I'm not going to punch you.
Because you
avoid-
know that your fist will shatter.
No, you hide and avoid conflict at all costs.
Said you were emotional and scared. Was this pre-transition or?
No, I've always been a man.
Okay.
So your family, they're together too.
Yeah.
That's for a debater. You would assume divorce.
Why?
I saw a video. You did a debate with your mom.
My mom is Cuban.
She's Cuban, of course.
They're very loud. They argue a lot. That's just like the way they are.
You shouldn't debate your mom on your show.
Why? It's fun. She likes to argue with me.
No, it's not right.
It's not right.
I don't know.
Why
My
not?
mom died 4 years ago. You should be nice to your mom.
I can be
shouldn't-
nice. That's
you
how we
shouldn't
show
tell
that
your
we love
mom
each other.
That she's a MAGA idiot.
You shouldn't
in front of
project
your
your
fans.
trauma onto other people, okay? You
saying
sound
that-
pretty traumatized. Why do I need to know your
Oh
mom's
no,
dead?
I'm happy about it. What are you talking about? No,
You're projecting it onto me. Like,
Yeah.
oh, why don't you treasure your mom? I didn't tell her I loved her before she died, and now I get
I did
sad
tell
when
her
I
I
say
loved her.
Okay, then what's your problem? I'll tell my mom I love her too before she
now
dies.
that's the point of having a mom? Is you just drop a "I love you" for the first time right at the end?
I've probably said it once or twice before.
Were you a bratty kid?
No, because I was like a clone of their political beliefs, so I would like argue with them to like the TV.
They're
like,
conservatives?
Oh yeah, hard conservatives.
They watched like O'Reilly.
They're like rider. No. Oh my God, no. I was
They're
happy.
Rush.
No. Yes, but I was happy because like 7 or 8 years ago, my mom told me, she's like, I don't watch Fox News anymore. I'm like, oh my God, that's so good for you.
I watch InfoWars.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually.
Seriously.
You said that as a joke, but that's true, yeah.
Really?
I was happy, but she went to Facebook and she was getting all of her news from like the memes and then like Alex Jones. Like my mom will send me texts of like, Stevie, look at what this guy said. And I'm like, Mom, this guy tweeted 2 days ago that I was a cuck.
That's why she's watching. I'm kind of more of like a wild card myself.
Really?
You don't know if I'm zigging or zagging.
Oh, okay. Zag for me a little because this whole thing's been a zig.
Shut the fuck up. you
Okay.
fucking- This isn't StarCraft streams. You studied music in college. What was your focus? Like classical music, composition?
I would have been a performance major. I think it's woodwind performance. I played saxophone. And then I would have been a composition minor.
So you're more of a jazz man.
Like the girl studies to lo-fi hip hop beats.
We were speculating that before the show. I said I think he's an Eminem fan. And you
Obviously,
said,
growing up, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Major influence.
Can you go bar for bar?
Yeah, which ones?
Forgot About Dre?
First of all, hold on. First of all,
The
that's,
Eminem verse.
Yeah, wait, that's
When
not
the
an
cops came
Eminem
through
song.
with Dre's-
That's a Dr. Dre song. Okay.
Featuring Eminem.
Sure,
When the cops
yeah,
came
but it's
through
a
with Dre
feature.
stood next to a burned down house. Ticka 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 Slim Shady. Hotter than a twin lady. Twin babies with a Mercedes Benz with a tint goes up to the mid 80s. Calling men ladies. That's what you do for your job, no? Sorry, Doc, but I'm being crazy. Do you ever go 8 Mile in a debate where you're like, I live in a trailer. My mama got Munchausen's. I'm gay. You should try that
I'll
in a
try
debate.
that, yeah. I actually stopped listening to Eminem because he doesn't say the N-word enough for me, so.
Oh, I thought it was because his awfully hot coffee pot freestyle against Trump.
I think there's an argument to be made that drugs can unlock parts of our minds, and that when he stopped doing drugs, he locked away some parts, like the rapping parts.
Are you a drugs guy?
I'm not like a crazy
you
drugs
mean?
guy, but I like, like mushrooms, LSD, MDMA, that kind of stuff.
You like tripping?
Sometimes, yeah. Not anymore.
Yeah. Sometimes it's scary, no?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you like realize that everyone in your life hates you and laughs at you behind your back.
Really?
Yeah, but then you come out of it and you realize you're the most popular guy in the you're an inspiration. So you dropped out of school.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because you sucked at music?
I was working a lot.
So within a year you were fired from your job, which you attribute to your difficulty navigating workplace politics and understanding others' emotional experiences.
Jesus, who wrote that sentence?
Wikipedia, according to Wikipedia.
Okay. I had an issue on my night shift, and then it was not being stalled by I did graveyard, and the swing people weren't setting me up for something. I had to do with like cleaning out the bottom of a soda machine. Every time I would come in, employee, and if they were good, they would immediately get poached after I trained them. And then I come into HR, and I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm getting fired from my job. This is not me at all. And like, well, what I didn't realize at the time was that email the one up and CC. In my mind, I'm like, oh, it's like an accountability thing, so everybody's not me at all. And like, well, let's go through these write-ups. And then she's like, did you come in 2 minutes?
Okay, so then you were an early adopter of streaming and Twitch, right?
Arguably the first full-time quit his job to do streaming, yeah.
So you saw the vision.
No, I just carpet cleaning sucked.
How did you gain prominence, or?
I was like a funny guy to watch play video games. Like I'd like say funny things, argue, scream at people, whatever. Like that was my
part of that culture.
It's the experience.
And then how did you parlay that into debates or politics?
By the time 2016 rolls around, there's a historic, horrendous event called Gamergate.
They were mad that girls were trying to make video games?
It was just a whole, there was probably a legitimate complaint about some girl that had some bad relationship with like a reviewer or something. I think there's some like element of legitimate complaint there, but it blew up into like just the most ridiculous like.
Someone smashed a journalist?
Yeah, who reviewed a game, I think. I don't even want to say the names because I don't know like 100% of the details, so I don't like fuck it up. But the problem is whenever you get on a movement like that, there's a whole bunch of riffraff that can come in.
When you're playing a game and you're chatting shit at another guy, it becomes like a kind of embedded in a culture. Is that
Oh, a little
correct?
bit, yeah. Because you don't see each other face to face, so you have to ramp up the aggression as much as possible. Yeah.
So you became like a left-leaning kind of commentator
Edgy
on
guy,
that?
yeah. From 2016 onwards, especially with Trump, like every single fucking thing in life is like political, hardcore now, and like all of the culture was kind of moving more. I don't want to say woke because that makes it sound bad, but like to be more inclusive and stuff. So like Black Panther came out and people were like, oh my God, black superhero lead Marvel movie. And Anita Sarkeesian and women in games and everything. So people just had a lot of opinions about it,
Maybe
right?
it's because they so many people. They're like, we got to get some blacks in these movies.
The Wakandans did?
No, I mean the executives, the Jewish executives in the Jewish media.
Yeah, Jews control the movie industry.
Yeah, it's like our Palestine. We invented it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing this 7 days a week for how many hours? 10 hours a day?
No, like my schedule is like 7 days a week, 8 hours, but there's a lot of other stuff I'm working on too. So like I do 2 podcasts and other stuff, so I don't always have time to stream.
So how much of your week are you working?
Basically every waking hour.
Who are the people that like typically like make up that are in this community? Like
my community?
Yeah, yours. Skews male?
Heavily male. I think 88% was our last survey.
Dude.
Probably heavily like white, just because it's like tech and politics and shit.
And they're watching 10 hours a day?
No, probably not all of them, not most of them. But they are watching probably for like an hour or 2, which is a lot to consume of a person, yeah.
Yeah. You can get pussy off debates?
Yeah.
Do you think has a woman ever watched you like winning a debate and just becoming, have you noticed her in the...
I mean, isn't dating and like fucking chicks, isn't that all kind of like a debate? Isn't that what you're doing when you go to dinner? You're like trying to make the best argument for why.
Yeah, but you can't win.
You can't win?
You debate women?
We all debate women. Life is a big debate against women, right?
It's not fair. No, dude. What happens is you're winning and then they cry and then you instantly lost and it's not fair. It's fucking cheating.
Oh.
Even if you're demolishing them with facts and logic, is there one moment that you're like, you feel is a crowning achievement? Do you think that was my biggest dub or like?
I mean, like different debates feel good, I guess, for different reasons. So like there are debates that are big, they get you a lot of popularity or notoriety. There are debates that I like prepare very heavily for, and I feel like I do good, but they might not be as popular, so I guess it just depends.
What feels like satisfying for you while you're doing one?
Well, I don't want to step on any toes and open the most divisive issue ever for a prior guest, but I did a lot of preparation for the Finkelstein interview.
People said I cooked him way harder than you.
I don't think we ever debated anything of substance.
Not on your debate.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a 17-hour debate on Lex Friedman about Israel.
My bad.
Where some fucking goy is popping off about my shit.
No,
I don't want to go into substantive review of that debate.
Not. Yeah.
But I did think it was kind of funny. Mr. Benelli, he was saying your last name wrong on purpose.
Yeah, over and over.
It's kind of alpha.
It was hilarious.
Mr. Benelli,
true.
You are, what do you say, fantastic moron.
Yeah.
Dude, he kind of did cook your ass there a little bit, no?
You
should have like dapped him for that. You should have been like, that's bars.
Should I?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
But you're mad at him still? Do you get mad during debates?
I mean, it depends on the conversation, yeah.
You know, I've seen various clips where you're like getting
I care
upset.
about the topics, yeah, they're important to me, yeah.
It's ideological, or is it like, do you feel like you're backed into a corner? Or do you
Despite the, I guess people saying I'm a grifter or whatever, there are things that I'm passionate about. Like the only reason I'm arguing a thing is because I feel strongly about it. I'm usually pretty good at understanding if I'm like really far behind in subject matter. So if there's a debate where I realize like, ooh, I'm like, I can't do this, generally I just like ask questions, I just kind of like poke and prod. So I've had a couple where...
Has someone changed your mind ever?
It's less common now that I do a lot more like in-depth research, and I kind of match my convictions appropriately more now. So like before, everything was kind of binary. It's either like I believe this or I don't believe it. And now there'll be positions where like I think this is true, but I'm like 50% on it, so I could be like swayed.
What is winning?
The person deletes their account after.
If they
or gets fired from their job.
Humiliated.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel after you win?
I feel on top of the world.
It feels great.
It's like doing cocaine for the first time again, every time.
Because you advanced some sort of political project, or you won because someone cried?
Honestly, it depends on like, I had like a thing, the 3 Ps, people, place,
Penis.
policy.
Penis.
If I'm arguing with like a friend over where we should go to eat, my goal is not to destroy the person, right?
I assume that's what your life is.
Yeah, I'm like an ordinary human being.
Oh,
usually,
I thought
yeah.
you were like a cocksucker at first.
Jesus.
Our first interaction was horrible.
What was our first one?
When I went on your stream, I felt like it was terrible, and I watched it back and I thought it was unwatchable. And the thing that bothered me was that reading comments, there had to be like one guy who won a talk on a stream for 10 minutes.
That's just fan behavior. They always do that.
That psychological processing of media is,
I think
has to be
really bad.
It's detrimental. It has
There's
to
a
be.
lot of artwork from Hitler that I like, and people can't separate.
Okay, so let's have a debate right now. Let's have a debate right now.
Okay.
You're the Führer Adolf Hitler. I'm the dean of the Vienna College of Art.
Okay.
Debate your way
Right
into
to
college.
Auschwitz for you.
What?
I would deport you immediately.
You didn't have Auschwitz yet, you fucking idiot. Debate your way into my college. So I looked at your portfolio. It just doesn't seem Vienna quality. You're not VU quality.
I think I have a lot of potential. I ran a lot in World War I. Did that happen yet for this? Because he was a runner. I was a runner.
I don't think that running has anything to do with your...
While being shot at. Don't the best artists have like traumatic experiences?
Yeah, but everyone went to war in World War I.
Okay, but not everybody can also paint a little bit. Why are you so stuck up?
You're not getting yourself into college right now.
Why not?
Dude, just say you're gonna do the
If
Holocaust
you don't-
later if you don't let me go. Okay, run it again and say,
Okay.
I will kill every Jew.
Yeah, if you don't let me into college, you're gonna regret it.
Why?
Because I'm gonna kill at least 1 million Jews.
Well, I think that would be wrong. So guess what? Welcome to Vienna U. You are
An artist?
an artist.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But then I get to year 1 and I just want to draw anime and then they kick me out.
They didn't have that shit yet.
Really? When do you think they invented anime?
After what those bastards did to our beautiful Pearl Harbor. I think when you first mentioned us, you said it was a simulacrum inside of a simulacrum, but I saw like a thing that was like debating my wife or something, and you said that was a meme from the right wing.
One of the issues today is that like if a thing starts as a meme, it very quickly leaves orbit from your community, and then people will like unironically believe a thing, and then
You didn't debate your wife.
No.
So where did it come from? You had a breakup though? Or
Yeah, we had. I mean, like it was a relatively public relationship. She was like a
Yeah.
streamer person, and then I'm obviously a streamer person. We were together for 5 years, but when we broke up / divorced, I think somebody made a comment about like, oh, this guy debated his wife out of the divorce or whatever, and then I see people repeat.
You went on stream and you like detailed like what you were going through for your like what led you to do that?
Basically, my policy is that like I'm cool keeping everything private, except if somebody else starts like making things public, and I think it's being misrepresented, then I'll make my side public. So basically, it was that kind of, yeah.
She was saying things about you?
I think her and her boyfriend had said like a few things, and I was like, I don't think this is true. So then I said a few things, and then it usually goes back and forth like that.
Didn't it, like I went through like from podcasting a breakup like 6 years ago. People are still talking about it online.
Yeah.
And it kind of like my takeaway from that was that I kind of needed to have like a real division between personal and private life. You kind of went in the opposite direction.
The reality is too is that if you're public about everything, there's not really much that people can attack you with.
But it's just like it creates a dynamic where you're kind of accountable to the guys who like your politics debates.
I mean, I guess a little bit, but like
it's about a breakup. It's probably a painful thing, no?
yeah, but I mean, nobody online cares about that, so.
Yeah, but fuck that. I mean, they're the fans.
Yeah,
right?
but like imagine if some stuff leaks and I don't talk about it, then you kind of are.
You don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, but then everybody else can. So.
But I think engaging with that is like they're sacrificing some modicum of dignity, no?
I mean, it depends on what is worth more to you, I guess, is engaging with it or allowing other people to basically tell the story. Right?
She was doing fake news at you, and you had to do real news.
I had to be the CNN fact check.
You don't have to do.
I had to be the Reuters fact checker, and I had to come in and I had to give that 4 Pinocchios on a lot of her claims. She had a lot of Pinocchios, You
don't have to do this crap for these people. It's kind of like blurring that line between. I mean, like it seems to me it's like
there is no line.
There's no line.
There's no
but
line.
You're just watching videos and talking about politics.
But streaming is like a lot.
So
that's a lot of a person to watch, right? You're sitting there for like 8 hours a day sometimes watching like every fucking thing that goes on through this person's life.
So if you have to take a massive shit, you think if there's no line, you take the camera and you keep streaming while you're taking a dump?
I'll draw the line at toilet stuff.
So toilet is the line.
Yeah.
Okay, so I defeated you. There is a line.
Jeez.
Another victory, flawless.
Good job. Nice.
Does it ever feel like, I don't know, like airing out grievances in public?
Depending on, like in an ordinary friendship, somebody might talk a little bit of shit. Like, like I saw Adam, he was sitting extra gay yesterday,
yeah.
right? And normally that comment would be said and it would just die in the room. Correct. But in a streamer world, there might be like a camera and somebody sees that. And then some guy goes over to, like Nick's stream, like, hey, or to your stream, like, oh, this guy said that you looked so fucking gay that day. And then you might be like, oh, well, that's because he's mad because his dad, fucked him.
Who cares? Like,
it's fans and anti-fans. I'm just explaining like that's how like an ordinary interaction that in the real world would go nowhere will become like top line drama of like people going back and forth because everybody's reporting everything and nobody watches the original.
It seems like you're like intentionally like professionally in a Truman Show that you're in the Truman Show.
Yeah, I think when you stream, I think you're that's a little bit what you're setting up for, yeah.
Do you see that as taking any type of psychological toll on yourself?
Not me, because I'm just so good.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
But for a lot of people, yeah. So I'm like predisposed to being good in that environment, but for a lot of people, and even for me sometimes, yeah, it's kind of annoying. And if anybody wants to, like talk anything about me or whatever, everybody has an opinion, so, but. Kind
of the position that you inhabit, which is like Democrat Israel, is like the perfect kind of like, you get both, because the internet is so polarized, right? You get like, you have like rose emojis and then you have Nazis. There are a lot of Nazis now. Yeah. But inhabiting this position, it seems like, I'm not speculating that you're doing this as a business move, but it is kind of the perfect troll. You are going to have the most people that want to yell at you, and then you can yell back at.
I mean, the
centrist community can't be like.
There's a lot.
Popping.
There's a lot to.
You don't go to centrist parties on South Beach.
Big questions, okay?
No, I'm just saying like.
It's not the most profitable position to hold.
I'm saying you have the most people that you could like.
Yeah, but the problem is that when you actually want to fight with people, if you actually want to challenge people, those people don't want to talk to you. This is something that my whole career has been like continually learning this. It's like in the beginning of this year, I chatted with, I debated Shapiro, Owens, and Peterson, but it was only because I was willing to like do it with like kids' gloves the whole time.
And you and Ben kind of liked each other at the end.
It was, but because it was a nice.
You both talk fast.
No, it was because if he says some crazy shit, I'm not going to call him out hardcore on it. Because I'm trying to be nice and like build bridges so we can have more challenging conversations. But I think the reality is that if it's ever going to be, only because of the yarmulke.
You agreed to talk to them, but why you held back? Because what?
Because I think if you push somebody too much on like a core fundamental issue, then they don't want to talk to you.
So you felt compelled to yell at Norman Finkelstein, who's passionate about the subject and studied it his whole life, but build a bridge with Ben Shapiro.
Studied in big quotes there. But I shut up. I was super polite the whole time. He was the one that was making fun of me the whole time. In my mind, in my stupid, naive mind, this could be one of the coolest like conversations like ever on this topic, because Lex is a huge platform. Benny Morris is like one of the most like preeminent, has gone through the original archives more than ever. Wayne Rabbani, he knows a lot of stuff, and then you've got Palestinian scholar, and then you've got Norm Finkelstein, who's one of the most quoted like Western, kind of pop historian types on Israel-Palestine. And I'm there to like add some flair, like this will be really cool. But after the first 2 hours, I don't remember if Lex has this on tape or not, or if he cut it, but like Benny and Lex are telling me, they're like, bro, you got to go way harder. This guy's clowning on you. And I'm like, really? And like, yeah, you got to open up on this guy.
But it's just like,
so then I start going a little bit.
That's so divorced from people dying in a war.
But that was Norm's fault, though. No. This is very frustrating.
Can I just explain? No.
Hold on.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Actually,
Listen.
Well, I'm not going to debate you on this.
Here, roll the clip of Norm going on
I don't care
Brianna
about the
Joy
clip.
Gray's show, and then Norm is like, when I went there, I was just gonna laugh at him the whole time, and that was his whole plan.
I think that you're prioritizing the wrong.
My priority is to have a good conversation.
Brianna Joy Gray's show. I mean, like, can you not, in an empathetic sense, understand that we were people that got dispossessed, killed, told that no one wants us, and then we see the Palestinians be people that were dispossessed, no one wants them, and we connect that to our, like, what we were told about our own history. And I think that it is.
That might be people like that. It's not Norm Finkelstein, though.
It is. His parents were in the fucking Holocaust.
Yeah, but
bro.
he's a fucking. He hasn't studied or read any of this shit. He doesn't know anything about what the fuck he's talking about. You're trying to give me this whole emotional spiel.
It's a war where people are dying.
He should have treated the conversation with the seriousness that that demands.
What was he doing? Bits?
Yeah, the whole thing was a
like
bit for
Don
him.
Rickles?
Yeah, the whole thing was a bit. There was a time where Muin Rabani, he was trying to talk, and Norm was like, whoa, and then Muin is literally like trying to hold him back. He's like, let me do, and he's like, yeah, this is literally happening. One of the times we go on break, Finkelstein gets up, and I think I mentioned something. I say something to him like, it was something I was like, hey, why do you guys do this? And he looks at me, he's like, Mr. Bonnell. He said my name flawlessly when he thought the camera was off. I'm like, you motherfucker.
He cooked your ass.
Yeah.
What led him to his scholarship?
It can be I don't know, to be honest. It could be a painful thing.
But his parents went through hell.
How can you study a region for 40 years and not speak either of the languages about that region?
You learned Hebrew?
What?
You learned
No,
Hebrew?
but I don't consider myself to be a historian. He markets himself as a historian. I'm a YouTube debater.
But you're saying that you debate only things you're passionate about. So what gave you a passion for it?
I don't know initially here. I think that personally, in like the month before October, it was the first time I'd ever had like a formal diagnosis for ADHD, and I started medication for it. So I'm not joking.
You're gonna do this TikTok crap, your mental illness?
No. I'm saying that for the first time in my life, okay, because there's been a lot of jokes on my stream about how I'm always playing games and I'm like debating people at the same time and I'm watching videos and I'm like ADHD, but I started medication and I noticed afterwards that I can actually sit and just read a book. And it's been very hard to like read like full books and read and whole papers and stuff.
You started reading books?
Yeah, books.
What's your first book? That you read?
I was trying to think of a joke. Stop.
The Game. Neil
what?
Strauss, The Game.
Yeah.
Easy. Okay, go.
Hilarious pop culture reference.
Hi, hold on. Okay, continue.
For Israel Palestine, it was.
What was the first? You said you learned how to read.
I think it was like
book?
Scars of War, Wounds of Peace by I think Shlomo Ben-Ami. Was his first book on the Camp David peace process. Yeah. But after I was able to like read stuff, history became a lot more interesting to me. Like a joke on my stream was always fuck history, that's boring as fuck. But now I super enjoy reading about history. And then in reading and learning the conflict, like there's just like a lot of cool people, events, like places. There's just like a lot of cool stuff involved.
So what led you to the conclusion that you've reached?
This is my sales pitch for Israel-Palestine, okay?
Yeah.
This is my issue, okay? Is that both sides are very invested in telling an entirely alternative history to the other side. And because
you go with the winner.
What?
You go with the winners.
No, I think there's a shared mutual history between the two. But the people on the far sides of this don't like to acknowledge any like of the shared stuff. So like for instance, in 48, right? Correct. I understand why the Jews would want to leave Europe after the Holocaust and everything else, and after they got promised to the British in 1917 with the Balfour Declaration and all this. I understand that. But I also understand if you're a Palestinian or an Arab, why you want to fight these motherfuckers coming in.
They've made a bad bet.
Seems like if we look today, it's a pretty good bet, no?
No, because the objective of Zionism is to keep Jews safe, and in that sense, it's been a failure because they're at war the whole time.
Yeah, the wars that they're winning, though, right?
What is winning wars? People
As
are
in
dying.
the country still exists, and there's not like millions of Jewish people being murdered. What do you mean?
That's being at war and people dying in wars is not like keeping people safe.
I think that if you were a Jew and you just come out of the Holocaust, and then you could go to a country that's at war for
didn't just come
80
out of the Holocaust.
years.
Those people made Aliyah before that.
Oh, you're trying to really trigger me. Okay.
What do you mean trigger?
Okay. The majority of the Jews that were there by 48 were probably from Europe. I agree with you, right? For a second, third, there was a ton of aliyahs for people.
Aliyot.
Yeah, for people coming over. After 48, in every successive war, there was a huge migration of Jews from surrounding Arab states because people get mad. Yeah. So today, the majority of the people living there are of Middle Eastern descent, right?
Is it worth having like a democracy that's based on ethnicity, where in order to maintain it, you have to maintain a majority naturally, right?
The sad thing is that probably most democracies are built this way. You just aren't perceiving it because you don't have that same kind of
I'm American, bro.
Yeah, you don't have the same pressure.
Sick.
Like even in the United States, we don't take more than, of all the immigrants legally we accept per year, no more than 7% come from each country,
That's not
right?
the point I'm making. The point I'm making is if you're going to establish a Jewish state, right, you have to establish a Jewish majority.
Sure,
It's going to be a democracy, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, there's a demographic issue if there's just as many Palestinians.
Yeah, there is. That's why traditionally they didn't capture the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, and after 67 they did, and it fucked shit up a lot for them.
This is not like two sovereign groups of people that are at war with each other. There's a power imbalance, and if you ignore that power imbalance and you say that there are two sides to every story, then you ignore kind of the political reality there.
Okay. I understand your view. I think that your view is super wrong.
Why?
Because you're only accounting for one side, and you make it seem like it's so obvious, like who's
Why am I
wrong.
accounting for one side?
Because you're saying that it's so simple for who the wrong side is here, when it's not. Both sides
I
have
didn't
made...
say the wrong side.
Generally, as soon as
There's
you utter
an
the
issue-
phrase power imbalance, it's like you're automatically assuming...
They don't have this right to self-determination.
Okay, do the people...
That's just a fact.
Even with what you're saying, do the people around them with self-determination have the right to vote?
Logical fallacy.
They don't.
Logical fallacy.
Actually, that wasn't a logical fallacy. Actually...
I'm saying that they don't have political sovereignty.
That's true.
And they are occupied
That's
by
true.
people that do.
That's true. But then the question is, what does the resolution to that look like?
Anytime the fucking prime minister is about to go to jail, then he has to fuck up some Palestinians. That's the resolution.
I haven't heard a resolution.
My grandma lives in Cape Town, bro.
Jesus.
She didn't have to move because black people got to vote.
What does it have to do with...
You can end an apartheid.
Yeah. Do you think that if Jews lived as a minority...
I do right now.
Do you think that you live in a minority state where the majority are Arabs?
I'm a minority in America.
Are the majority here Arabs? Do you think that you would face the same pressure here that you would?
What's the difference? I'm saying it's a country where people vote.
Okay.
Right?
My top line complaint actually is I actually feel like no foreigner should ever talk about Israel-Palestine.
They should have Gaza Germany. We had beef with them, no?
I don't know how that would have worked, but maybe they should have. It's like people complaining about past wrongs. I can understand that. I'm sympathetic towards that, but that doesn't get you any closer to like what does the resolution look like? And if you just say, well, one state...
The resolution is that everyone can vote in a country.
Okay, I don't think Jewish people are ever going for that. And I think, understandably so.
Extensive demographic study of what people lost, reparations for what they lost.
Do you think...
Truth and Reconciliation Commission
for the...
And one man, one vote.
Do you think that for the Jews that left all the surrounding Arab states, you think they should all pay reparations as well?
What?
Do you think all the surrounding Arab states should pay reparations to all the Jews that fled as well?
I mean, like, yeah, I guess so. Jews got fucking reparations for the Holocaust.
Yeah, but not from all the surrounding Arab states.
You started reading a book in October. Now you think you're fucking William Shakespeare. That's the... It feels to me like a lot of what online is like, it's just people arguing with each other. And I think that it kind of does... on aggregate, probably have an effect on people's well-being.
Prior to the internet, there's things going on in your community that are maybe worth, like even a small thing might be worth getting mad about, like shutting down a community center or doing something in a library. But now, all across the country, people get mad over shit that's like so irrelevant.
But if you see
I've never seen so many men care about like women's sports than they do now with trans people. It's like the most important thing in the world to a lot of these guys.
Why would anyone care about women's sports?
Because trans people are there. Now they really care about it.
I went to the WNBA semifinals. They didn't cash for like 9 minutes.
They didn't catch?
Cash. They were missing layups.
Oh.
The integrity of women's sports.
It's like the fake culture war for shit. Because if we were having like cultural arguments over, I guess like platforming or like including people or guns or whatever, like that would be okay. But we're having culture war arguments over like Leah Thomas and third trimester abortions of murdering babies on it's just, or like hurricanes being created by the government. It's just like the dumbest shit.
Apparently a lot of guys are making money in sports betting right now by tracking WNBA players' menstrual cycles.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're taking the under on points. All right, palate cleanser. Let's go through a little rapid fire. Okay, first of all, Drake versus Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Fucking idiot. Drake. They not like us.
Kendrick is
It sounds like fucking Heinrich Himmler saying they
Kendrick
not like us.
They not like us. They were playing that all over the place.
If it wasn't for this goddamn
war, he was
war,
like, they pushed it on Spotify.
We would have had the entire Jewish media apparatus defending Drake. We would have had Dershowitz on TV saying, like, did you see the goat's meat? He's got a hammer and it wasn't even fully hard. Goat debate, Jordan, LeBron.
For Jordan, obviously.
He's
It was a
fucking
different
idiot.
game back then.
Once again, he's
It was
fucking
a different
wrong.
game back
Once
then.
again, he's fucking wrong.
LeBron it's a
He was
totally
playing
different.
against guys with commercial driver's licenses.
Oh my God,
He's
they
playing
got
against
shoes
fucking-
that jump for him now, okay?
he's
It's not
playing
even the
against
same type of
fucking
courts,
bums.
all right? They lowered the
He
hoop
didn't even have a
like
left
2
hand.
feet. Oh my God.
Lowered the hoop. They
Nobody
should have
will
done that in the
ever-
WNBA, I'll
nobody
tell you
will
that.
ever dominate
Okay,
LeBron.
son, thought, daughter.
Okay.
Where are you sitting?
Gay what?
Gay, son, thought, daughter.
Gay son, thought, daughter?
Yeah, which one?
Either one, as long as you're not trans.
I'm going to have both, probably.
You think so?
Yeah,
like
my
a
daughter-
gay thought son, or like a thought daughter
No,
and
my
a gay son?
my gay son's going to be best friends with my wife, and, like, we'll be, like, pals. But he'll, like, come to me, he's like, you won't believe what the bitch is up to today. And I'll be like, this little fucker is crazy.
You think a lot about your gay son coming to you?
Correct answer is thought, daughter. Okay, circumcision.
Wait,
What-
why is the correct answer thought daughter?
I don't know. Circumcision, what are we
Okay.
saying?
No. You're
Once
torturing
again,
babies.
wrong.
You're torturing babies.
Well, first of all, I don't want that in my house. I don't want some Dominican foreskin in my house. He's never going to listen
Why
to
is your
me.
son going to be Dominican?
It should be the father's choice if the boy gets circumcised, the mom's choice if the girl gets circumcised.
Okay.
He's not going to respect me.
Equal rights.
If he's got some fucking gorgeous foreskin and I have a worse penis than him, he's not going to
Jesus.
listen to me. My girlfriend, she's been saying that she's against it. I said, does your brother have one? She's like, yes. Circumcision. Does your dad have a circumcision?
Wait,
She
why
said,
would
yes.
she know that?
Because it's a family.
And they talk about their a lot.
You've never seen your dad's.
I don't think so, actually.
Yeah, that's why you're a fucking freak like this.
Jesus.
You know who has a huge dong apparently?
Who?
Bill Maher, biggest in Hollywood, I heard. Kind of
Okay.
makes sense for how he acts.
Okay.
Like, because he's just got like a fucking to his knee. Dude, I went to a Korean spa this weekend with my girlfriend. Nick, I didn't tell you this. I saw the most remarkable penis I've ever seen in my entire life. It put a smile across my face. Hasidic
for you,
Jew,
yeah.
Hasidic Jew. His ball bag, like just above the knee. Like the longest balls I've ever seen, micro up top.
It could have been a shower. Or no, a grower. He could
I
have been a grower. He could have been a
didn't
grower.
see
He
it
could have been a
grow.
grower.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, that's
I
because
looked
maybe
at
he's not
it and
getting
I was
horny
like, I
with
wanted
some
to
weird
say-
little fucking freak staring at his ball sack. Maybe
I
it's not
wasn't-
turning him on like it is you,
It's
okay?
a fucking locker room. Like, no.
Yeah, but you're
He made
you're
my
doing a
day.
close enough investigation,
He
okay,
made
to
my
delineate the
day.
size of the balls and the
I'm
dick.
saying he's a good guy. He made my day.
What I'm curious about is if
He
there's
put a
video cam
smile-
footage of this,
It's
are
the
you in the
little-
corner with your fucking Inspector Gadget,
little things in
magnifying
life
glass,
that, you know-
analyzing this dude's fucking crotch?
It's the little things in life that you just know that
Like his dick?
Things are going to be better in the world. You know, we're we're in this crazy time of Trump and misinformation, and sometimes you see an old Hasidic guy's and his nuts were like, he had big old nuts too. It wasn't like just the bag and then just micro up top. It was just aesthetically, you expect your entire life you're never going to see that, right?
But you have.
Now I have.
Good job.
The profile of streamers is skyrocketing. We had Trump on Aiden Ross. Have you met this schmuck before, Aiden Ross?
Yeah, he said I was a 40-year-old like 15 times in a row while we were fighting on Discord to each other. It was pretty crazy, yeah.
How old are you?
35.
That was disinformation.
It was.
35-year-old.
Half
Half
bisexual, not fully gay.
Oh,
so,
you're bisexual?
Yeah.
Let's say, would you debate Donald Trump?
Yeah, of course.
Would you cook him?
Obviously, yeah.
What's your strategy
It
going
would just
in?
be personal insults the entire time. Trump doesn't debate on facts, so if you go there and you're like, we're going to do the child tax credit, blah, 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 and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, you're gay.
You're gay.
And it's like, fuck.
That'd be,
Yeah, nobody, yeah.
that'd
No,
be
you,
fine.
yes.
Yeah,
you.
yeah. His supporters kind of know he's lying, right? But they say that he's our guy, and that's why he's lying, and that's why we like it. He's lying for us.
But it's because he has like a very large conservative media sphere to draw from that are all supportive of him as the candidate, so he can do a lot of shows where he's never held accountable. But the left doesn't really have that.
Like MSNBC?
There's more commitment on the right to
Yeah.
like a sycophantic support of the candidate, right? Like when Biden had his pretty bad debate performance, right? If Trump had a performance like that, do you think Fox News or the Daily Wire are like calling, maybe Trump needs to step down as a candidate? That's never, ever happened.
You're saying that Fox News is like state media.
They're Trump media.
You occupied a position that that he was mentally competent to run for president again?
Like mentally competent and like fast enough to do like the debating stuff, I think are two different things.
We
Talking and
saw
sucks at-
him
yeah.
debate Trump 4 years before that.
Do you think that's dementia?
The entire like liberal media apparatus was like, well, actually, when you talk to him, he's fine. And I do think the American people felt like, well,
Wait.
this
Do
sounds
you
like
think that you
bullshit.
think after that debate, you think the liberal media
No, it was
apparatus
prior
was
to that
support-
even.
Yeah, prior to that because they'd heard that. But do you think that they were lying about that, or do you think that that's just what they were hearing? And they genuinely-
I do think that they lost the faith of the electorate.
I'm not asking. I'm asking. Do you think they lied about it? Or do you think they were hearing that, so they reported because they thought it was true?
I think people were afraid of Donald Trump winning, maybe.
And the way to
Say
be sure
that
that you
the-
beat Donald Trump is to lie about Biden. So when he goes on stage and he has dementia,
Yeah, say
everybody
the other
thinks
guy's
you're
not
crazy.
retarded. Yeah.
Yeah, but then why wouldn't he have just avoided the debates?
If you want to beat Trump, you should have a guy that's not retarded.
Yeah, but then I'm just saying, what I'm saying is conspiracy theories used to be good, but like this one doesn't even make sense.
It's not a conspiracy
It
theory.
is, because you're alleging with no evidence that all of them knew
The
that
evidence
Biden was
is
gonna.
seeing this
All of
bastard.
them knew that Biden was gonna fuck that debate up, but they all said he wouldn't,
I'm
and then he
not-
had the debate
no,
anyway.
no, that's
This
not what I'm
only works
alleging.
if he doesn't have the debate.
I'm not alleging that. What I'm
Oh.
alleging is that we were told that, yeah, maybe he sounds like shit right now, but behind closed doors,
Yeah, you're repeating this. But my question is, do you think they were lying about that, or do you think they genuinely believed it?
I think it tracked as bullshit to everyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're still not answering the question, but that's okay. Like from what I perceive, like we're in different
ahead.
worlds, right? That after Biden
Yeah,
had that
we're in New York
debate,
City.
the whole Democratic world fell apart. They were like, he's got to go. We got to get this guy out of here. This is horrible. This is terrible. Donald Trump will never have a response like that in the right-leaning world ever. He lost in 2020. His candidates lost in 2022. His
Sure.
special election picks. He's a loser politically in every sense of the word, but nobody will turn their back on him.
He just won as president.
He did this time, yeah. But
what do you
after
mean?
4 years of like losing elections, what I'm saying is
we got the apprentice back.
he threw paper towels at Puerto Ricans and he talked about nuking hurricanes, but he never did the "you're fired" line. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Well, he never put Hillary in a fucking dungeon like he promised us. You think I'm a Republican?
No,
I think
shit.
what the Democratic Party's
Mm-hmm.
message these days is pretty much you can't get health care, but we painted a rainbow crosswalk.
And all those people with like pre-existing conditions that can like switch jobs now, they're not enslaved to one company for the rest of their lives because they can't get health insurance. It's the same shit, right? Do you have any chronic conditions?
Big.
The standards of living by every measurable thing, I think people's lives have gotten better, but I think we feel a lot based on like what we're being told and like what's in our environment around us. I think this is evidenced by the fact that Donald Trump could go on stage and like, weren't you better off 4 years ago? And everybody's like, yeah. And it's like 4 years ago we were in fucking lockdowns and the world was horrible.
I mean, like, there's that statistic about like 50% of Americans can't afford $1,000 emergency.
Yeah, but like those things, like 70% of people live paycheck to pay. Like people, I don't know how I feel about those. Those are weird ones, yeah.
But living paycheck to paycheck is stressful, right?
I'm gonna be honest, okay?
Yeah.
I hate the middle class. When
So
I was poor, okay, middle class people, they spend like they're rich and they LARP like they're poor people. And when I was poor, middle class people always act like they're so much more than they really do. And now that I'm rich, middle class complain like they're working class and they're not.
That's just
I hate
that's
them.
just a weird perspective.
It's not, it's correct. It's absolutely right. A middle class guy will say shit like, I live paycheck to paycheck. I can barely afford like the fourth car payment we have when we got our second child a car. Like it's like stressful out here. Like we only went to Disney World twice this year. That's like a middle class like paycheck to
That's
paycheck
your personal
complaint.
gripes with people. You should get people more money. The government.
Yeah, but like,
And you should offer a
like-
tangible way to do that.
well, here's the way. So Kamala Harris's policies were the most tangible way to do that. What are Trump's policies to do
What
that?
were her policies? Beyonce and crap?
It was Taylor Swift. It was a $6,000 child tax credit, which is a lot of money, which is immediately evidenced on your taxes. It was a big first-time home buyer credit, for like $25,000, I think, or $15,000, and then it was a big tax deduction for new businesses. Those are like three like pretty quick, immediate ways. What are Donald Trump's?
You're unhappy in your life. You know the factory closed, but it's because of the Mexicans, and you get lower taxes. And if you watch your neighbor next door get murdered and don't do anything, not only are you not a bad person, you're a fucking patriot. You're a real American patriot. Those are tangible concepts that people can understand, right? And those translate to like electoral success, in my estimation. Saying like every like tangible policy offer is like some sort of Nathan for you, where if you're like a Latina between 26 and 28, and you hike to the top of a mountain and you have like a receipt from like, you know, the Democratic...
Nobody
The
talks
Democratic
about
Party, yes, if you simply said to people, if you vote for me, you could go to the doctor. If you get cancer, you won't lose all your money. I think that is a much more tangible offer in terms of transaction.
Sure,
like
but where did
transactional exchange?
Sure, but one, the Democrats can't pass something like that. They don't have the support for it in Congress. But two, when you talk about like health care, what did Trump literally day one tried to eliminate the entirety
I'm
of the
not
ACA?
advocating for Donald Trump. I'm talking about
stop
messaging.
saying that. You have to. It's one or the other. This election was done because year-over-year inflation, the cumulative effects were brutal. That's it. That's not it. There are probably other things that they could have done to improve it, but overcoming that, no other incumbent party in the world overcame that. So, I mean, like, why would we expect in America?
Yeah. I really thought the Dick Cheney endorsement would work out for her.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you perceive as the two parties as shifting dramatically to the right? at this point?
Not as much.
No?
I think that the right-left paradigm works like in a like a liberal sense, like where everybody
I don't
is
think
like.
there is a left in America.
I know. If we're all like liberals, like we believe like in like the classical liberalism stuff, you've got like Democrats and Republicans, but now on the far sides we have like very illiberal belief, and that doesn't really map cleanly onto like left or
Don't
right.
you think like Dick Cheney should go to hell? Do you think a girl could be president?
Probably, yeah. It seems like it, right?
But what if the president like has a dream and then you did something in the dream and then the president wakes up and they're mad at you in the real world?
That's what checks and balances are for.
And then the president like tells a story and it's just the most boring fucking story of all time. It goes nowhere. She's like, and then I went to CVS and they didn't have it, so I went to another CVS. And you're like talking to guys is just thrilling. Like me and my friends, sports, almost say a slur.
They'd be subjecting the entire country to being a guest on the Adam Friedland show.
I regret talking about politics. It's been a drain.
Yeah, we can do
Why did Israel
DEI
come up?
next if you want.
Okay, rapid fire. What's the best movie?
The Matrix. What? What's it supposed to be? What?
That's actually a three-way tie. It's Ben-Hur, Return of the King, and Titanic, actually.
Jesus.
Best song.
Not Like Us?
That's
Is that what
actually a
they-
two-way tie. Under
Oh.
the Bridge, Karma Police. Okay, best painting.
The one with the farmers.
Mona Lisa, done the best numbers. Everyone knows that. Best streamer.
It's Destiny.
Speed.
Oh.
Have you seen this kid?
Yeah.
He's unreal, this kid.
What do you mean?
He jumped over 2 Lambos.
He did.
His dad was driving one of them.
That's crazy.
Are you going to debate your dad on
No, finish that. What?
your stream one day?
Oh, probably
Or
not.
just your mother?
He just like, he kind of follows my mom politically, you know?
If I had to debate one of my parents on the stream, I mean, it was, if they were both alive, the father first.
Why?
Because he got to have sex with that beautiful angel that should have been mine. Hottest girl. Who's the hottest girl?
My girlfriend.
Shut the fuck up. Who's the hottest girl? Seriously.
Her mom.
Seriously, who's the hottest girl?
I don't do like celebrity
Of all
crushes.
time, dude.
Babs Bunny from Space Jam.
Okay, probably Marilyn Monroe. She's classic.
Okay.
And then you got probably Sydney Sweeney right now. She's like probably the goat at the moment.
Okay.
And then wild card, I would say Halle Berry.
Okay.
Wild card. Wild card, Halle Berry. Thank you, Destiny.
Thanks for having me.
You had fun?
Yeah.
My man. Thanks a lot.